As we go further into 2020, I feel that there is a great awakening that is taking place right now where more and more people are starting to question their reality and the information that they are getting. But however, there is a lot of fear that's also being perpetuated at the cyclic rate. So I'm going to give you a few tools on how to overcome that stuff and what to be aware of as we go further into this year. Stay tuned. Hello, and welcome back to another video of Divine Alchemy, where you are the creator of your reality. I am Jason, and thank you for joining me today. So today I want to talk about what's going on in the world right now, especially as we further progress into 2020. Now, there's a lot of chaos that's what's being perpetuated on the media, and when you're looking on social media as well too, it's nothing but doom and gloom. But however, keeping aware if that you are in that constant state of fear, panic, and survival mode, that's what starts programming your subconscious mind, which does not know the difference between fact or fiction, and starts creating more and more of your outer reality. So most people are not aware of this, so the fact that if you become aware of it, now you start to have a choice and where you can take your power back on manifesting the reality that you do want. So as we further progress in, one of the things that is imperative on how to make sure that you are on a optimal frame of mind with your subconscious mind and making sure that you are feeding it with a healthy mental diet is that being aware of what type of media that we're consuming, because it is a known fact that there are 5 to 6 corporations that own pretty much all the media outlets, and they all swing in the same direction of promoting fear, propaganda, and it's really nothing good whatsoever. And if you really think about it, if there was like everything that was all hunky-dory going on, they would definitely be out of business, because that's how they make their money, is through perpetuating fear. And if they keep you in a fear state, that means that they, on a subconscious level, can control your mind into doing whatever it is that they want. They can also control into thinking a certain way, feeling a certain way, and whatnot too, because that's why they call TV programming. So along with the board right there, there is what Napoleon Hill had called in one of his books, a hypnotic rhythm. So when you get a group of people together that are in a mass consciousness, that can affect the outcome of that group, of what you program into their mind. So if you're in an environment to where all you see is nothing but, doom and gloom and terrible things every day, that's all you're going to see. But not only that, but that energy also rubs off on other people as well too. And that's how people get controlled, is through fear. That is one of the best ways to keep somebody's mind very limited. And they did a lot of studies with this stuff back in the I believe early to mid 80s with the peacetime projects that were happening in the Middle East, where certain countries had brought in master meditators to get together and think of nothing but peace, love, and harmony, and send out good positive vibrations to that war-torn area. And so when they continued to do this, crime decreased about 70%, and terrorist activity went down to basically zero. And which, for that time being, when they continued to do these projects, crime was diminishing very rapidly. And so that is actually peer-reviewed scientific research based on those peacetime projects in the Middle East, which is very fascinating. But they only did it for a period of time. So then once they stopped, the crime started raising back up again. So when we fast forward to 2020 with all the chaos that's going on in the world right now, Yeah, sure, there is chaos going on, but it's not like the whole world is on fire right now. It's what the media is projecting to make you so scared to control you. Because anybody that knows psychology is that from the ages of 1 to 7, you're like an open sponge. So again, you're absorbing the TV, which you don't really have any critical thought just yet. So therefore you can't determine what is good information and what is junk information, and therefore that starts subconsciously getting programmed into your mind and then in your subconscious, and therefore starts to create your outer reality. So we didn't know about that at that time, or else if we did, we'd be very aware of what's going on. So as we grow up, we start to take on other people's beliefs as well too, that we are very unaware of, that, you know, we have family members that tell us how to live our lives and whatnot too, and they may mean very well, but however, that may be one of the most damaging things for us, because a lot of it can be through out of fear and limitation, like, oh, I want to grow up and be a successful entrepreneur one day, and 9 times out of 10, if you have friends that can be jealous, are like, oh yeah, sure, no problem, yeah, you're not going to do that, they'll totally talk you out of it. Or maybe they think just because they care that much about you, they want to talk you out of it because they care about you and don't want to see you hurt. That's how human beings' minds are programmed, is that it's to keep you safe. So when you try to do something good for yourself, you're going to notice people will be like, oh, you're crazy, you're out of your mind, you know, and yada, yada, yada. From you achieving your dreams, and they will try to hold you back, either because they don't want to see you get hurt, or that they may become jealous because they may feel less than worthy themselves. So keeping in mind of what you internalize in your subconscious mind is very imperative. And now that we're in the time of this information war that's going on, most people don't know what's real information, what's junk, and what's not. We have been programmed as a society to become very reactive. Like, we see something, we want to react to it and get it out there and talk about it, but we don't take the time to slow our mind down and interpret the information that comes in to let us know if that's valid information or if that's junk information. So now what you've just done is internalize this terrible headline. Now you just set yourself in a less than desirable vibration, and you send that out, and now you have sent other people in a less than desirable vibration as well. So that's how the masses can be affected, by spreading various bunk information that's not credible, or the fact that you maintaining a certain level of mental clarity can rub off on other people if you maintain a higher vibration. So you ever notice, you ever walk into a room and there's someone that you've never seen before in your life, but they have like this really positive vibe about them, and you don't even need to say anything, and then you start feeling that way too. That's because as a collective, we are all connected together. Like I said, through quantum entanglement, we're all nothing but energetic beings. So our energy can affect other people just by us, you know, taking care of ourselves, having a positive mental diet is what I like to call it, but being very aware of the information that we interpret. So one of the best tools that I like to use when it comes to interpreting information is, one, just be more of the passive observer. Do not judge what comes your way or what bit of information comes your way. If you see something that's horrible and crazy on, you know, social media, do not react to it, because there's more that meets the eye than what we are actually seeing. That's what's going on. And the social media companies, or more so the news media companies, know this on the human mind. So therefore, the more fear and panic they can place out on somebody, that means that there's more of a mental control over you, which you are giving your fear and power to them instead of taking your power back. And now I'm starting to notice more and more people are starting to question the information that they are getting, and starting to question the reality that they're in. Like, is this actually true? What is going on here? And I find it to be a very phenomenal thing that's going on. It's going to take some time, but we are definitely living in a very exciting time right now. It may not seem like it to a lot of people because there's a lot of fear going on. Definitely living in an exciting time, because this is the first time where I've seen more and more people starting to question people in authority. And what I mean by that is, if someone's saying that, oh, you look sick today, of course you're going to start to possibly internalize that information if that's coming from a doctor, but we don't know if that doctor is actually a credible one or a bad one. They may have the same degree, all the same, knowledge, but however, what are their intentions? Are their intentions to keep you sick in the mind to make money off you, or do they not want to actually see you because they want to make you better? So keep in mind, anyone in the health profession, if they are a good health professional, they do not want to see you ever again. If they keep telling you there's numerous things wrong with you, more or less they may want your money. But however, people are starting to question the news sources that are going on, or certain authoritarian figures that may be a little less than desirable that we have trusted for so long, but now we know that they may have bad intentions. So being very aware of where your information comes from is very critical, because if you are vibrating at a low rate, you get exactly what you think in direct proportion. And I've seen this time and time again. I've seen, great people that try to do the right thing, but they're always having bad things happen to them. It's because they may start to feel unworthy in their mind subconsciously that they did not realize, or they're just absorbing too much fear-based media. And, if you walk outside, they're making it seem like you are going to get shot at the cyclic rate. Maybe at some places, it'd probably be best to be aware of what's going on. But however, stepping outside and enjoying your day, a lot of people can do that. But however, they have that fear in the back of their mind from the media that they are consuming. So one of the best ways to start reprogramming that is, one, through meditative practices where you get in a relaxed position, or even laying down before you go to bed, and you start envisioning your best self, what type of people you would be associating with. Would you be making a lot of money, which is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And you'll start to feel a shift over a period of time, because you're starting to rewire the neurons in your brain. And again, like I've mentioned on this channel before, you'll start noticing synchronistic patterns to let you know that you are on the optimal path that you are supposed to be on. And so the thing with that is, when you start to do that, others will start to want to know what you are doing that is making you more positive and more successful in your daily life. And therefore you start rubbing off your energy on other people as well too. So that's how we can affect the collective consciousness, is by through one person at a time, by you doing the best that you can, and by elevating other people's energy indirectly. That's how that stuff spreads. When they say the power of positivity spreads, that is a very, very true thing, because I've seen it time and time again. Now, if you're associating with people that are negative, well, you're going to be stuck in that vibration, and therefore you're really not going to be doing anything good for yourself whatsoever. So it's very key to make sure the type of people, the type of media that you are consuming, and what you're doing throughout your day. Like if you're constantly on, social media, which can be very addicting, be very aware of the stuff that is being projected in your mind. And are you taking it literally? Are you questioning if this is a good article, or if this is basically fake news? And so I promise you, if you become more the observer of your thoughts and what things are going on, where you become less reactive to these horror stories that you're seeing displayed everywhere, your mind will start becoming more pliable, and it just becomes to where you have more control over your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Because basically 90% of the media that I see, it's all bogus anyway. I don't even, really pay attention to it much. Now, if you're that strong enough mentally where you can read articles and do research to keep informed and create your own analysis without getting emotional about it, that's also a very great thing too. So that is definitely something to keep in mind, because I do feel that people do need to be informed, but however, try not to get obsessed with it subconsciously, because therefore you're going to start messing up your endocrine system, your hormone system, with a lot of the cortisol levels that are going to be flooded in there. You're going to stress your body out. You'll be open more to sickness and disease. So therefore, it's very imperative to be mindful of that. So if you like the video and some of the tools that I've presented with you, please hit the like button, and I'll subscribe as well too for future content, to where I will help you become your best version and also guide you into the right path of the great awakening that is going on right now. Thank you very much.